Hi there, I'm Mayor Rusty Bailey. The Riverside County Transportation Commission wants to hear your ideas for how to improve our local transportation system. So join me as I talk to Executive Director and Mayor on how to reboot your commute.
Hi, we're back with another Riverside Monthly, and this month, as always, we've got 4 episodes for you. I'm Steve Brazel, your host, and as always, I'm joined by the mayor for the city of Riverside, California, Mayor Rusty Bailey. Sir, how are you?
Well, I'm glad it's as always, because I don't. What would people think if I wasn't here?
Riverside Monthly with Mayor Bailey and you weren't here, it would be awkward.
That would be.
But I'm glad
But not
that you're
today.
here.
Not
yeah,
today.
I'm glad
Especially
you're here.
today, because we have an incredible individual in our midst.
Yes, we do. We have joining us today the Executive Director for the Riverside County Transportation Commission and Mayor. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for
We've
having
got a lot
me.
of questions for you because you guys are doing a lot. Mayor, you want to get us
Yeah, well,
going?
do you know that Riverside County is the 10th largest county in the entire country, population-wise?
Wow.
And Riverside County Transportation Commission, I'm a commissioner of RCTC, is the preeminent transportation agency that works on behalf of our residents to improve their quality of life on the roads and off the roads, right? To get them off the roads. And so Ann is doing an incredible job. RCTC has got a new campaign called Reboot My Commute, hashtag. And it's inviting people that drive the roads, ride the buses and trains, and use other transportation services. That means everybody.
Right.
It's
Pretty
inviting
much
everybody
everybody.
to tell RCTC about commuting in Riverside County. Can you tell us more about that, Ann?
Sure. Well, we certainly know that residents here are frustrated by traffic and frustrated by congestion, and we're frustrated by it too. So the hashtag Reboot My Commute campaign is intended to get the word out that we're here, we're listening, we want to know what people think because it very much impacts quality of life. So the campaign is all about finding out what's important to the people who live here, work here, and spend most of their days doing some fun things.
I know. We want them to be doing more fun things.
Right.
That's what we want them to be
One
doing.
of the things you
Getting
hear
them out of their
people
cars.
in Riverside County, and for that matter, pretty much in any metropolitan area, talk about, there's a lot of challenges with transportation. And the solutions to those challenges obviously come from data. So I'm kind of curious, the effort with hashtag Reboot My Commute, what kind of data are you going to get from that?
So the data we're getting from Reboot My Commute is really pretty spectacular, and we're really pleased with the feedback we're receiving. We are reaching out on all social media platforms, telephone town halls. We're doing as much outreach as we can, but the information we're getting back is feedback from people, and it's really constructive feedback, telling us what makes them most frustrated, what their biggest challenge is.
The real world
The
challenges.
real world challenges, and it's from their own perspective, and whether it's that there's too much congestion on the freeway or whether they don't know how to find senior transportation services for their ailing parents. It's a wide variety of feedback that we're receiving, and so it's really important and it's really constructive because we're hearing straight from the people who are impacted the most on a daily basis.
Data you can use to improve the
Data
situation.
we can
yeah.
use.
Well, good. And it's everybody. And I love the fact that even with the phone town hall meeting, I
That's
was
an
reading as a
interesting
commissioner.
concept, by
Yeah,
the way. The
yeah.
phone town hall meeting I like.
What a great way to be accessible to the public. But I was reading, even because I think it was an hour and a half long, but even if people called in and couldn't get their question answered during that time, they would take that feedback, they could leave a message, and then they would get back to them and answer their question after the town hall meeting. So again, just so responsive, so accessible, so transparent. That's what RCTC is about. What about new data between now and June 2019? Will it be part of the new 10-year strategic plan that we're working on as a body for highway and transit priorities?
It will be, and that was the primary reason why we launched this effort in March, in that we wanted to have several months worth of data, real information from as many people in Riverside County as we possibly could contact, so that when we meet with commissioners to talk about what will our priorities be for the next 10 years, that we can share the information from their constituents, your constituents.
Right.
So we have a really good idea of what the needs are, but it really makes a difference to hear from people that they don't know how to access transportation services. So absolutely, the data will be used to help inform our commission
Yes.
so that we can decide what the priorities are for the next 10 years.
Well, I appreciate that, but the follow-up question here that people are probably thinking about is 10 years. That's a long time. Can you just give us a feel for how long does it take an average transportation project to come to fruition?
Yeah.
On average, a transportation project can take over a decade from start to finish. Some of them take even longer than that. The bigger they are, the more complex they are, the longer that they take. So transportation projects themselves take a long time to get built. But this isn't just about projects.
Right.
And it isn't just about freeway projects. We have local road systems.
Yes.
We have local road
Yes.
maintenance. We have
Bike paths.
Bike paths, Santa Ana River
Yeah.
Trail. We have new bus service. We are looking at what we're doing with our rail program.
So it's
really,
a comprehensive plan, short, medium, long term.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
you just listed, this litany of transportation options that people have. When you're talking about a 10-year strategic plan, obviously everything costs money. So is money part of the conversation in this plan? Is there enough money to do all of this?
Money is always a part of the conversation, and there is
exactly.
never enough money. So that's why it's so important for us to hear what's a priority for the people who live here and who work
So the
here.
allocation can be done.
Right.
Correct. We need to make sure we're spending our precious few dollars on the programs that make the biggest impact for the community, and not just for the people, from a transportation or mobility standpoint, but also from an economic growth standpoint of what can we invest in that helps grow our economy here in Riverside, what can we invest in that helps businesses grow here, and what can we do to invest in bringing more jobs to Riverside County, because that's an important part of the solution as well.
That's a great point. But also, I can tell you from experience, from knowing Ann for many years, and knowing Ann before she was the RCTC executive director, she was a Caltrans executive.
Okay.
And so she's got relationships far and wide, whether it's at the state or whether it's at the federal level. And so her ability to, with those relationships, leverage dollars, because it's not just funding from the
Right.
county that's going to these projects. We're getting funding from the state and the feds. And if she could, she'd go to the UN and ask for them, ask for money from them too. But she just is an incredible leverager of those resources. And
That brings up a question then. If people want to get involved, what's the website? If you could remind us of the hashtag and any
Sure.
phone options or text options that we might have.
Any and all of those options are available. So we have our website, which is you can visit rebootmycommute.org.
Okay.
You can tag at the RCTC and use hashtag rebootmycommute on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also call 800-450-3650, and you can also text RCTC to 55222.
Yeah.
We're trying to make sure that
Bring it
we have
on.
as many opportunities for people to communicate with us and for us to communicate back with them as well. So lots of opportunities.
and photos and videos.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
We really, obviously, we want to, the bottom line is we want people to spend more time with their families and the things they enjoy doing, they love doing, the quality of life time instead of time in their car. And so whatever we can do to facilitate that, we want videos and photos of people with their families doing those things that they love, as well, showing us the good side of rebooting their commute. So
Again, your feedback is needed in this case so that we can allocate the money where we need it, and so that the best solutions can come to make your lives better here in Riverside County. Again, I need to thank Ann Mayer, Executive Director,
Thank you.
Riverside County Transportation Commission. Thank you so much for what you do, because your job is way harder than mine, and it is much appreciated. Mayor Bailey, as always, thank you to you too.
RCTC commissioner today.
Yes,
RCTC
Commissioner as well.
All right.
Thank you
Mayor
very much
second.
for being here. To everybody, we've got
Thank
4
you.
episodes each and every month, so make sure you check out each and every one. I'm Steve Brazel. This is Riverside Monthly with Mayor Bailey, and we'll see you on the next show.